My name is Erica Edwards. I will be giving my persuasive speech for the Fundamentals of Public Speaking class here at Mid-America Christian University. Jacob Blake was breaking up a fight and checking on his children. Breonna Taylor was with her fiance in her bed sleeping. Elijah McClain was walking home. George Floyd was buying cigarettes. Ahmaud Arbery was going for a run. According to mappingpoliceviolence.org, in 2020 alone, there have been only 12 days where police have not killed someone. Black people are 3 times more likely to be killed by police than white people. 8 of the 100 largest city police departments, Oklahoma being one of them, kill black men at a higher rate than the U.S. murder rate. As we digest the news and process the many videos that are coming in about the injustices committed against black people, it's important to recognize what Black Lives Matter really means and why it's important, as well as why the phrase "all lives matter" is problematic. All lives matter sounds like we're all in this together. It sounds like it is supposed to be a statement that is inclusive rather than exclusive. However, if you listen to it and you study it, you understand that this is actually a divisive statement. Saying all lives matters redirects the attention from black lives, who are the ones in danger. According to journalistresource.org, law enforcement officials were more likely to threaten or use force on black people and Hispanics than white people, according to an October 2018 report. The journalist resource also reports when police initiated the contact, blacks 5.2% and Hispanics 5.1% were more likely to experience the threat or use of excessive physical force against them than whites at 2.4%. Black Lives Matter is more than an anthem, it's more than a slogan, it's more than a hashtag, it's a straightforward statement. While it's not a new message, or rather, while it's not a new movement, the message is still the same. Black Lives Matter speaks out against the police brutality and systematic racism that caused the deaths of Jacob Blake, Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. According to pewresearch.org, white police officers and their black colleagues have starkly different views on fundamental questions regarding the situation of blacks in American society. For example, nearly all white officers, 92%, but only 29% of their black colleagues said the U.S. had made changes needed to assure equal rights for blacks. Truth is, Black Americans are disproportionately impacted by police violence and systematic racism in our nation, and our history speaks for it. Slavery, Jim Crow laws, unequal pay, women's rights. Our entire social structure centers around whiteness as a default. For those of us who are actually working towards equality for all people, there are some steps and some things that you can do to better push this movement, but not just the movement, but to better practice and establishing equality for black people all around. The first step to combating racism in our society is listening, no matter who you are. Listen to your friends of color. Listen to their experience and how they feel when they're around people who are not of color. Listen to the things that they say and the things that you say when you're around them. Push back on prejudice in your own social circles. Be mindful of the things that you say when you're around them. Be considerate, have feelings, have empathy and sympathy. And also educate yourself on your own biases. Although at times it may be hard to admit, once you are able to admit those biases, you can better practice how not to offend those around you. And lastly, support racial justice protests, movements, and funding. According to the New York Times, More than 40% of counties in the United States, at least 1,360, have had a protest. Unlike with the past Black Lives Matter protests, nearly 95% of counties that had a protest were recently majority white. And nearly 3/4 of the counties are more than 75% white. We can all work together to dismantle the racial bias that underpins and holds back people of color. So I ask you, next time something is going on or you see something taking place, take a stand. Thank you.